Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to FM23, Newton Heath, episode 32. Last time I was already mentioning how we had hit a point where our calendar was really busy between FA Cup, FA Trophy, and the league, and some foul weather with, a postponed game at some point. We've been playing 2 matches a week for a while now, and we're starting to see the effects of that through injuries, through fatigue within the players. So squad rotation is hugely important right now. But we've been consistent for a little while with Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. Yes, through the last 5, we had a single week where we had just the one match. But otherwise, back into November was same sort of story. We had, well, okay, I guess it's only been for a little while here that we've been playing 2 a week. But over the last few weeks, that's been the case. Now, since then, okay, fine, right? Twice a week. This next stretch is awful. Awful. Counting technically yesterday, the FA Trophy, the last match we played at the end of the last episode. We're looking at 5 matches in 12 days. Not even 2 days between matches in a couple of cases. 2 days at most over a stretch. We'll finally get a 3-day rest before we play number 2 Eastleigh in the league for the 6th match in just 2 weeks. Rough. Absolutely rough stretch for us. It's the festive calendar. It is December, so okay. We'll see if it eases up in January a little bit. Does it ease up in January? It will. It will. So we've got to get through these next couple of weeks. Let's see if we can come out of it unscathed without any major injuries. Let's see if we can come out with some points through squad rotation. First up is the last place team in the league, and looking at the players, right? Trying to get that squad rotation in, hoping that we can get a result with, less than our strongest lineup. I'm going to go ahead and make one more change here and bring on Langston Hughes over Daniel Pike to give Pike a rest. Pike was tired, so we've got a nice fresh defense, nice fresh midfield. We're looking at one tired attacker, which is Shaq Ford. He's going to have to get a rest here at some point, but I don't want it to be in this game necessarily. I want to make sure that we actually go out and get the 3 points, because we're also experimenting for now the 3rd time, right? First time we did this without the... we did it with the instant result. Second time we did it live and it worked. So going back to the instant result, we'll see if 2 on top with Ollie Palmer up there works out for us. Otherwise, Palmer's going to be playing on top alone probably in the next match, with Ford getting a rest. Oof, that lineup is still iffy. 1-0, but even though we only grabbed 1 goal, and it was Andre Brooks, fullback, getting that one, it was 29-4 on shots, 8 on target to 0. Guaranteed we had a lot more XG than the actual goals that we put together in that one, but we're going to go back to the other lineup for the next match. I like that the first 3 matches of this crazy stretch are, I guess it's the middle 3 matches of this crazy stretch of 5. They're at home and against weaker teams, so it's definitely, hopefully anyway, easier to get away with heavier squad rotation, trying things out. That last one, though, last place team, and we barely got the win. Today, to keep everybody fresh, we're going with Ollie Palmer alone on top with, our regular formation. Let's see if he can get the job done heading up the line. Boreham Wood was a tougher opponent, and we don't. Ollie Palmer so far has not translated well fitting into the squad at this stage. We did outplay them. It was 13-7 on shots, 5-1 for the on target. We definitely had the possession. Unfortunate drop in points here because Eastleigh did get the win today. So we were just up to an 8-point lead. It's right back down to 6. So 4th match of the set of 5, and the fatigue is starting to set in, and we're definitely not going to be as fresh for this match. And how many other teams are in our boat, I don't know. I do know, though, that Boxing Day was the last match. Now it's Sunday. It's 2 days later. So fair bet that most of the league has had 2 matches in 2 days, and a lot of teams are going to be tired. So hopefully that means Woking's going to be, not terribly fit, and we can come out of this with a result still. And we do 3-1 with a halftime lead of 2-0. Whitehall scoring in the 6th. Sarcevic with a penalty in the 18th. And Shaq Ford scoring in the 71st, back in the starting lineup after getting Boxing Day off. 26-8 on the overall shots. 12-3 on the on targets. Their consolation goal late was all they mustered. So I've added another defensive midfielder who is, say, a Sarcevic type. He could play right back as well, which gives us a little more depth there. So Richie Smallwood, he's 35. He's not going to be with us for long. We may not even re-sign him for next season unless he does well, though he does have a 1-year contract extension if he plays 5 matches or more. There's a decent chance that he'll play that much, but Sarcevic has done well with 7 goals and 4 assists, in his time. Now, Sarcevic is a little more attack-minded than Smallwood, but Smallwood is a very good defensive anchor with a 12 on defense, with a 14 for the mentals, 10 for the aerials. He is a little bit slower, but he's not crazy slow at a 7. I mean, he's got at least a little bit of pace, but he is absolutely a strong anchor for certain matches that we could use him for. Nice payday coming for the club, as our next FA Cup round is against Aston Villa, and it is being moved to for television coverage. $85K for that match. Finally, that 5th match in a very, very short period of time. 13 days, 5 matches, or 12 days is what it was. We finally reached day number 12. It's New Year's Eve 2025, and squad rotation once again. But for now, the Ollie Palmer 2 on top formation is just not coming together very well. I mean, we've barely mustered 3 goals in 3 matches of doing that. Not a good enough scoring rate for now. So we continue to kind of train that up, which means the out of form Ollie Palmer, whether that's tactical or if that's just him not fitting in, not understanding the system yet, whatever the case may be, he's not getting selected at the moment because he's not scoring goals. He has 0 for the side through, about 4 starts now that we've given him. So that's back to Tanner behind Ford, giving Lapalobai a rest. He is recovering from an injury, and I've gotten him 2 starts out of 5. Hercules had the other 3. Has helped keep him fresh overall. Pierre in for Tunnicliffe. Tunnicliffe not playing terribly well lately anyway. And still we are without Donasian, who is injured. How long is he out? 2 to 3 months. It's going to be a while. New man Smallwood is actually carrying a suspension from his last match with his former team. And we come out of that stretch with 4 wins and a draw. The draw, a little disappointing, but I mean, come on, let's be real. 4 wins out of 5 matches and not losing the other one is still a pretty good stretch. Ollie Tanner with all 3 goals today. Hat-trick in just over half an hour played. 20 shots, 9 on target, 61% possession. Ola has been injured though, so Ola Adebomi picks up an injury in the 79th minute. That's going to be worrying. That was one of my main goals of the 5 matches, was to get most of the points, but also not to get any major injuries. It looks like we have picked one of those up. Fortunately, it's not a major injury, but that's still 2 to 3 weeks without Ola it's going to hurt. Pulled hamstring. That 3rd round FA Cup match against Aston Villa is going to be without Ola, so that's definitely going to hurt our chances a bit in that one. I think that might also be time to kind of let go. Let go of the FA Cup and focus in on the league. Speaking of the league, at the moment it's a 9-point lead, but now everybody else has a game in hand on us. We went from having a game in hand ourselves to it being the other way around. So our 5 matches there, comparatively to the rest of the league, they played 3 matches in that stretch where we played 5. That's harsh that we had to go through that, but we have come out the other side with just 1 injury. Of course, we're not quite at that point where players are going to be going into the next match not with a heavy match load. They're still going to have a heavy match load at least for the next match. By the match after, I think we should be at a stage where it's been a couple weeks since they had this, high rate of games, and they'll be back to normal match loads by that point. The squad rotation, we certainly survived it, but it was not easy. Eastleigh is still second, 48 points from them. Carlisle did drop some points in that and are a bit further behind now, 12 points to be exact. Of course, if they were to pick up the win in their game in hand, we're looking at a 9-point lead over them. The league is tough. This league is very tough, much tougher than League 2 ahead of us, where a lot of teams are not scoring a lot of points, especially at the top of the league. It's a lot closer. In what could be a huge statement game for us, we are taking on Eastleigh at home, the number 2 team in the league, who we managed to beat the first time we played them at the beginning of the season, 2-1 on the road with 2 goals from Shaq Ford. Can we replicate that here? Can we open up that gap back to 9? If we can manage to do that, there's a lot of season left, right? A lot can happen, but we very much like our chances. Even if we just draw and maintain the gap, 6-point gap's not big. 2 wins. Things can change pretty quick now. We've only lost 2 matches all season long, but that doesn't mean a lot, right? Like I said, a lot can change. Pike turns. Tanner. Header's on target. Keeper makes a save, though. Pretty easy save. Routine save on that one. With the injury of Ola, we have shifted our wing line over. So Tanner moves out of the center to the left. Lapalabai moves out of the right to the center. And Hercules, our 6th man, or 12th man, comes in. Ooh, gosh, he nearly gave that one away. We recover the ball here. Hercules, nice turn. Overlap from Pike. Finds Lapalabai inside, but he cannot get that one on target. Should have done better. It should be 1-0. Tanner, free kick, dangerous position. That one's cleared away. Sarsevic's going to get there first. Wilson. By the way, we still... New man Sherwood is not quite available yet, as we just about recover the ball there. It's already 4 shots to 0, 20 minutes in, but not quite available yet, as his suspension was due to yellow card accumulation from last season. So we had 15 yellow cards. That 15th was a 3-match suspension for a anchor. That's not unheard of to get 15 yellow cards over the course of a season, especially if you're playing every match. So it means you're doing the job that is required of you, and that is going to involve extra yellow cards, as Brooks, coming on the overlap down the sideline, lays it off for Neal inside, finds Sarcevic inside, and there it is. We've got the opener. Sarcevic with his 8th goal of the season. If there's one guy you trust from range, it's definitely Sarcevic, and it is his partner Neal who sets that up for him. Just takes a quick touch. Got a little traffic in front, so the keeper can't see that one terribly well, and he just blasts that one into the upper corner. Tanner, free kick. Cleared. Brooks, back out to Tanner. Tanner, inside to Neal again. This one's blocked, but we're going to get another chance at it, as the clearance didn't get out, but this time they do. And then we almost immediately recovered the ball. So today we're still paying attention to both the in-game fatigue, but also the match load. Right, we've got a lot of guys that are still on heavy match load, like I was saying. Dangerous position to be in, so we really hope that we come out of this game without injuries. Tanner, nice ball recovery. Beats his man. Picked up by another. Pulls it back. Neal, Lapalabai. Neal again. High and wide. Halftime. Tanner's looking pretty tired. Neil's looking pretty tired. Doing good otherwise. Not much XG in this one. Even though we've had the 6 shots and 4 on target, we still only have a .27. They have a .11. They had a single attempt roughly halfway through the half. No changes yet. No yellow cards, but we will definitely look to the bench as the second half continues on. Tanner lays it off Brooks. Neil. Sarcevic inside. Oh, a little too far out in front for Lapalabai. Alright. Yeah, Tanner, Neil still showing tired. Hercules. Sarcevic. Tunnicliffe in space. Dribbles into that space, but lays it off for his partner, Wilson. Sarcevic finds Hercules. Hercules through a little pocket of space, finds Lapalabai, who lays it off for Pike. Pike with the cross. Ford! Oh. Forces the keeper to make a stop, though it wasn't a major one. That was not the hardest stop he's going to have to make. That ball could have been a little bit better placed. And XG-wise, not a lot for that one. And we've already played over an hour. Ford, free header, and misses the target. Boy, it's not a big day. Not a very good day for him. Let's go ahead and make our first substitution for Ford, as we do have Ollie Palmer on the bench. He can help us hold the ball up a bit more, though he won't be running at these guys at all. But holding the ball up is good. Sarcevic, Hercules, corner kick. Nice header there. Well placed. Keeper played the angle really well, though. Tanner. Hercules again. Another stop. Time is ticking. Let's go ahead and start our changes. First by going balanced. Then by going light on the time wasting. Played for the set pieces. Still no yellow cards. Let's keep the defensive pressure the same for now. For another 5 minutes or so anyway. Tunnicliffe, long ball. Tanner to the corner. Lays it off for Brooks. Brooks probably should have pulled that in himself. Sarcevic from long range again. Well-placed shot. Tanner, very tired. Neil, very tired. That's your next subs. Neil, though, needs to get out of there while he still can, so we'll bring on Whitehall with our second substitution. Palmer. Oh, if he goes near post, it's 2-0. Should have been his first goal. Palmer lays it off for Whitehall. Long ball over the top for Palmer. No legs. Whitehall, nice control there. Heggie finds Brooks. Tunnicliffe, long ball. Not the ball I would like. Starts the counterattack. They've done nothing all game, and that one blasted off the underside of the crossbar. That was so close to scoring out of nowhere. We make one mistake, and they nearly equalize. Just their second shot of the entire game. Now we are at that point where we're going to go full time wasting. Oh, another giveaway, but what? Wilson quickly recovers as their long ball goes to no one. Whitehall over the top for Tanner. Tanner, terrible job on that one. Fortunately, we recover the ball quickly. Sarcevic out to Brooks. Brooks, please take it to the corner, please. Thank you. Thank you. Good time wasting. Sarcevic. Why? Okay. Our last sub is definitely going to be Tanner. But let's wait just a little bit longer. There we go. Now stoppage time's given. Now we want to use that up. I don't have a sub for you. We'll add in a fifth defender for the last 3 minutes. Now 2 minutes left. Free kick in a very dangerous position there. And now the corner. Whitehall finally finishes the clearance, though it was still not a very good clearance from Whitehall. We needed to clear that very long. Yikes. We had to definitely absorb some pressure in the stoppage time here. But we have done just that, and that should do it. And it does do it. We get away with 3 points. Barely. Not quite unscathed, but just about. Sarcevic had a huge day. Player of the match for him. Carlisle drawing with Rochdale means they drop points as well. As a result, we now have a 9-point cushion over Eastleigh with 26 matches played. Carlisle are 11 behind Yeovil a further 4 points down. So we are starting to get just about a comfortable lead in the league. Plus 20 in goal differential over Eastleigh, also really helpful. Plus 40 in 26 matches. We are outscoring our opponents by more than a goal a game. In fact, it's right about a goal and a half a game that we are ahead of our opponents on. We're having a pretty damn good season here, but there's plenty of work to do. The halfway point was just 3 matches ago, so we still have 20 more to play. That is more than enough time for a 9-point goal differential, or 9-point differential in the league to fall away, especially with the consistency of Eastleigh and Carlisle and Yeovil, and ourselves at the top. A couple losses can often be interpreted as 6 points for your opponents at the top of the league, as good as everybody has been. You keep seeing the same thing in real life. Like I said, I've been following Wrexham. They're not leading their league right now. Notts County is, and Notts County, though, in real life, has played a couple matches more than Wrexham. So, the matches in hand would make up that point differential that they have. But Wrexham wins. But so does Notts County. And then they pull a draw. And so does Notts County. So they're keeping pace with each other. And that's the same thing we're doing here. So getting the win directly over your title rival twice this season makes a huge point. Makes a huge difference. Think about this for a second. We've beat them head-to-head twice. That's 6 points. Subtract those 6 points from us, we're sitting on 54. If they win those 2 matches head-to-head, add those 6 points. They're sitting on 57. Compared to everybody else in the league, non-head-to-head record, they're 3 points better than we are. It's that head-to-head that has made the difference, and it is making a 12-point swing in our direction. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm the Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.